Up next on the project list is the mudroom. So this is where we put the office table that we built, which has a bunch of junk on it right now because we had to move all the stuff over here. But anyway, we are going to do some built-ins in this area and some storage and a bench to put the shoes in and a bunch of other stuff. So we went to Lowe's this morning and we bought all of the wood and material and everything we would need to make all the built-ins. So we're gonna get started on that today. But honestly, James, do you know how we're gonna do this?
I have no plan. I'm just gonna throw stuff together. And I hope it don't look bad.
Oh Lord. So we're gonna get started on that now. James just got the first few boards cut there. And on this side is where the little storage room is gonna be, where we're gonna keep the sweeper, the vacuum, stuff like that. Just got the bottom shelf in and the middle shelf in. So we're gonna remove the trim that's on the ground there so we can push it back into place. He's made some more cuts for us. So he cut this board and this board. Down here, this is where the bench is gonna be with shoes. Now, I'm piecing together the bench. It's looking good so far. So we just added this 2x4 under here, got it mounted to the wall, and then we added a piece of hardwood flooring to go back there. Okay?
Hand me that nailer.
That thing is heavy. Good. Then we're gonna have to put the shelf on here too. And then there will be storage up top. We just got the shelf in. Now James is just fastening it. It's perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
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 I love it. Can we play in there though?
Sure.
We could?
Yeah.
When Daddy's done?
Mm-hmm. He is now adding in the shelving, and he just added that back piece there. Now he's got the shelf on top, and he's working on attaching the 3 of these to the top shelf. This is the stopping point for the day. We got that much done. Per usual, James did a lot of work and I didn't get to record it, but he just went outside and cut all of these small trim pieces and put it on the front just to trim it out to make it look really nice. Put another piece on.
This is all extra from the house. So we didn't have to buy nothing.
Good.
That should do it.
Looks good.
This is just the top of the cabinet because we're out of the MDF board, so that's it.
You're a smart guy. So this will be the top shelf that the crown molding attaches to. James is seriously flying on this project. I go to help the boys with something, I come back, and then he has something else done. So he did get that shelf in, also put some trim in around this whole thing, and a trim piece there. And then he just cut all of these pieces for the bottom here and put them in. So he just got in these trim pieces now. This one along this side at the top, and then down the other side. And then next he'll be putting in the long piece that goes across here. And
Kids go crazy every time you turn it on.
I don't know. Oh, the kids. And this piece that he's putting on now, that he just cut, this is what the hooks are gonna go on. right now, James is just putting a bunch of pieces of flooring up here to see if we have enough to even make the bench out of our leftover hardwood flooring.
Can I come over here?
Yeah, you can come over here. You look cool in your Indian costume, dude. The top of this that we're making out of the hardwood flooring will be the same as the top of the desk.
Okay, we should have plenty of flooring here, so
Oh, wow.
I'll come up with a plan.
That's a lot.
We'll figure it out.
And look at his shirt. The boys and I got him this for Father's Day. Isn't that adorable? So James brought all the boards out into the garage. He put them all together. Now he's gonna cut it so it obviously has a straight end for a finish. Ta-da! That looks magnificent. That'll make a really nice bench. All right, now it's my turn to do a little bit on this project. So James got the bench in. Now we don't have it on hinges, so it doesn't actually function yet, but it's in there just so we can see it for visual purposes. But he did finish building it, and then he also added the horizontal board that goes along the front there. So that looks really good. So what I'm gonna do now is I have this caulk. It is paintable caulk that dries in 20 minutes. It's the same caulk that I use to seal the windows. I'm gonna use this to go in all the cracks and crevices that you see to make it look perfect. That way when I paint it this week, you won't see any imperfections. Okay, I'm gonna start painting. Okay, so James got the crown molding put on top for me, and I just caulked all the seams so that they looked perfect. So, James, oh my gosh, he's like a kid. But anyway, we picked out the crown molding today and I really like it. James got it put on. So I got the first coat finished. I still need to paint this, but I'm gonna do that later. Time for coat number 2. It definitely needs 2 coats, maybe even 3. Especially like up here in the cubbies. Oh gosh, it looks horrible. Just finished putting the 3rd coat on this after I did the 2nd coat on everything, and it's looking much, much better. Now I'm gonna head outside to see what James is doing, because I think he is sanding the wood for the bench on that part. Goodness gracious. Just finished, I'm pretty sure the 4th coat on the whole thing, but it finally looks good. It's drying, but down here at the bottom, we have this nose trim piece that we're gonna be putting on, so I gotta paint that white so we can put it down there to give the bottom a finished look. And then James did stain the bench. Here's that. So here when the paint is dry, we will also be putting the bench on. Right now, James is staining this back piece of wood that the bench is going to attach to. What color stain are you using?
It's called Special Walnut.
Special Walnut. That's the same stuff that we use on the wood for our bench here in the office in Mudroom.
I'm just getting ready to put some hinges on here. Not sure if it's all going to work just yet, but we're going to try it. Well, Courtney, you're going to have to get in here with a flashlight, because I can't do this. I'm too big.
What do I have to do?
Got to lay down in here and trace out these hinges so we can make it nice and even.
Oh,
So.
okay. Well, it's tight in here, but I did it. We were able to put the bench down and mark the holes. Everything's a lot easier when you're not pregnant. It's hard with this fat belly, but we did it.
Okay, so today I'm going to try to build these doors on the front. We got some hinges, we got the wood. We should have everything that we need. So I'm gonna start building. I'm gonna do double swing doors and double swing doors up top. And we'll see how that works out. All right, I have this board here with wood clamps on it. I'm gonna rip along that board, and that board will help me keep really straight. You can buy jigs for that, but you can just do what I've done here. So I got one door up right now. It's gonna have better trim on it. I just wanted to see if I could get this to work with MDF. And I can. I come out a little bit on my hinge there. I'm kind of improvising. I don't have the proper bits. But you can see I got those hinges. So this is soft close. Oh, it's kind of nice. But I'm working on the other door now. I do have to trim this one up a little bit. I made them too wide. So we'll start drilling out for the hinges on this door. I'll show you how I'm doing that. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I'm gonna put this door on, see what it looks like. So I got the two top doors on. Like I said, I'm still gonna trim it out nice. I just wanted to make sure this was gonna work, but so we got both doors that open, and they both should close together pretty nicely. There you go. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably work on the bottom doors.
Got the doors in. We still have to add some wood to them to make them appear very fancy, but they function. I just cut all these tiny little pieces that you see there sitting on the bench, and we are now putting them in to make the doors look a little fancier. You're measuring the final boards. That did not record really well because this was in the way and I was trying to move it and it just didn't go well. And it's done. Now all I need to do is caulk it to make all the seams perfect, and then paint it white, which is going to take a million coats just like it did for everything else. I finished the first 2 coats. It looks really good. If you look up close, you can see a lot of mistakes in the paint just because it probably needs 3 or 4 coats, but otherwise it's looking really nice. James got the hinges in for the bench, so I'm going to have him show us how it works. We can fit a lot of shoes in there.
Nice, and it's actually spring loaded so it doesn't fall. So.
That's nice.
Got this on there. Amazon. Amazon's got everything, so.
I like it. We'll be able to put a lot of shoes in there. And the mudroom is finally finished. I love how it turned out. James got all my handles and hooks and everything in. We got our storage bins in there. We are still considering putting another shelf here to put smaller storage up top, but for now I'm leaving how it is. I love how it turned out. The wood on the bench turned out perfect to matching the wood over here on our desk. And I just really like it. It's simple, but it looks magnificent. And this is the hooks that we put on. And here's the hardware that we put on the doors. I love it.